It's 6 AM, just after sunrise on a Saturday morning. It's quite eerily quiet in town. Shops are just getting their deliveries, and there's a few people shouting down here for some reason. Perhaps they've just come out of a club, not sure. In the 1820s, a man called Joseph Pitt had a vision for this side of Cheltenham, North Cheltenham. He wanted to build a new town, and at the centre of that new town would be a grand building that he called Pittville Pump Rooms, which is this beautiful building. And more interestingly for me, this is, according to the 1996 guidebook, the official start point for the Cheltenham Circular Footpath, or at least the bandstand next to it is. Now, my 1996 guidebook for the Cheltenham Circular Footpath says start from the commemorative plaque near the bandstand outside Pittville Pump Room. Well, here we are, bandstand, Pittville Pump Room. Now, the commemorative plaque near the bandstand suggests that it's not on the bandstand. So there's this commemorative plaque, but that's on the bandstand rather than near it. Is there another one? Let's have a quick look around. Right, well, I can't find any other obvious commemorative plaques, so let's assume it was that one. And so here we are at the start of the Cheltenham Circular, and now I'm going to walk around probably about a fifth or a quarter of it. Let's go. Now the guidebook says to pass the racecourse entrance and then walk up Evesham Road for 260 metres. Ignore metal stile on right, opposite public footpath sign, past detached house on your right, and go through gap in white bollards. So we're looking for a gap in some white bollards. Cheltenham Racecourse has actually been on this site since 1831. Before this was built, and for a few years afterwards, they used to race up on Cleve Hill. We're in. I was worried there, those metal gates looked very closed, but they weren't. We're now on racecourse land, and the footpath runs all the way around the edge of the racecourse. I'm at the Gloucestershire Warwickshire Steam Railway, Cheltenham Racecourse Station. So this station used to be on the Great Western Railway's main route from the Midlands down to the southwest. And famously, this was the station that the Queen Mother used when she came to the racecourse for the Cheltenham Gold Cup. Nowadays, the railway has been restored, and you can take it from here at Cheltenham Racecourse all the way up to Broadway. And it's a beautiful journey, it takes almost an hour, so nice long time to enjoy the steam and the views, and I highly recommend it. I can't believe I've never walked this footpath around the racecourse before. I suppose I never lived on this side of town, so it was never an obvious path to walk, but yeah, it's funny how, I guess, lockdown and the pandemic and everything has kind of squeezed us closer to home. And actually, I certainly have discovered all sorts of interesting things that I just never would have discovered before, because I'd have thought, oh well, I need to get on the train or on a bus or borrow a car or whatever and head off somewhere. Go and see different things, because, you know, we live in Cheltenham. What is there that we haven't seen in Cheltenham? But the truth is, there's lots we haven't seen in Cheltenham. Just have to look a bit closer and know where to look. I've been over this bridge here a couple of times on my bike, and it's clearly been reinforced, because I think when there's race meets here at the racecourse, people must come in this entrance and it needs to support a lot of weight. So I thought the footpath would probably just go over there, but actually they seem to have preserved a little bridge over the stream. Looks like this bit of the path actually runs along the back of the racecourse. Presumably you can just come and stand here on race days. Seems a bit odd. There's a public footpath though. Gotta say, this bit of footpath again isn't the most obvious. It says bear right to cross the racecourse access road and over the stile in a wooden fence. Cross field keeping the blasted oak on your left. I haven't seen any oak trees. I mean, there's not really many trees, are there? So I'm not sure which blasted oak it's talking about. Anyway, far left, at the metal stile with dog latch, continue ahead, crossing a rough track over a similar stile. From here, the view to the right shows the uphill final straight of the racecourse to grandstand finish. Aha! So, I think if we head over to this fence and follow it round, here, this is the finish it was talking about. This is the final uphill finish line at Cheltenham Racecourse, up towards the grandstand at the top. Must be pretty incredible on Gold Cup Day in March. So many thousands of people here. The sound of the horses roaring around the track. And then the horses have to do the final push up the hill to the finish line. Not usually a huge fan of the racecourse or going to the races, but on this Saturday morning in September, yeah, seems quite nice actually. Well, I've learned something today. Guidebook says, keeping the racecourse on your right, continue ahead close to the curving right-hand boundary. Through the trees to the left, one catches a glimpse of Cleve Cloud and its Iron Age hill fort. Cleve Cloud? Cleve Cloud? Well, I looked it up, and according to Wikipedia, it's another name for Cleve Hill. Who knew? So, yeah. Cleve Hill, aka Cleve Cloud. Oh, very sharp. Oh, what a breakfast. Ugh. Continue ahead for 150 metres, pass house on left, and then turn left to follow left-hand fence away from racecourse. Aha. Here's a metal stile. we're leaving the racecourse behind now and heading into Presby Village. Those blackberries were the first and only thing I've eaten today, and they've made me feel a bit sick, which isn't ideal. Some lovely houses around here though. We're deep into proper Presbytery Village, although they do seem to be digging up all the pavements, maybe for fibre to the property or something. So here we are in Presby Village. We're going down Shaw Green Lane, and apparently after some 200 metres I'll be able to turn right along a wide footpath between two bungalows to reach a kissing gate, and from here the path leads straight across 2 fields and a road to the church, which is clearly visible. So we need to find a footpath between 2 bungalows. That was quite easy. Not sure I'd call this a wide footpath. I guess it's wider than your average one, but anyway, down to this kissing gate and then across 2 fields to the church. Sounds pretty simple. Well, you can see the church. Beautiful view of it. Something I've noticed about footpaths while studying maps and such is that more often than not they lead directly towards a church. So these footpaths have been preserved so that even while houses are being built all around, people could still get to the church easily without having to walk all around the houses. And so yeah, my theory is that when they were kind of deciding which paths would be footpaths, they decided that paths that lead straight to churches are pretty good candidates for footpaths. Right, we've made it to St Mary's Church in Prestbury. So that is the end of that particular section of the Cheltenham Circular, which my book calls Pittville Pump Room to Presbytery Church. So that was 2.5 miles. Morning.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future